I used to go with my father for fishing, and it taught me, like when I was like 8 years old, how to fish. It's hard, but it's fun. Sometimes we stay in the water like all day. Sometimes we have nothing, but we don't have choice. The day after we have to do it because the only know we live is fishing. They cannot send me in the university. I want it, but yeah, because we have this financial problem. And yeah, fishing with them and for the whole 2 years, like only fishing. And now, yeah, he's the one who's always telling me that fishing is getting hard and harder now.
Mimi joined Tao about 4 years ago. He's actually the brother of one of our first Tao boys from Kalitang.
He started here in the farm and he came in, didn't speak any English, super shy, wasn't used to communicating with anybody else other than from his village.
You have all these boys around the islands who's waiting to get out of the island. They were taught island skills, fishing, they can fix their boat, they're very talented, but they're stuck. They're just hopping on maybe to get some food at the back of the kitchen. So we start collecting these young kids to come in through our boat. These are very active young men.
We're working with about 90 boys under the age of 25. What's wonderful to see with the boys is the camaraderie and the sense of responsibility they all have for both the boat, the expedition, and their environment.
Over the years, as more and more people started to join Tao as crew, we referred to ourselves as the Lost Boys. You don't necessarily have to be a boy or the idea of being lost, but it's that reference of somebody who's constantly kid inside, you know? Like never really wants to admit the fact that they have to grow up or get serious. So our training program now, it's kind of like the Lost Boys Academy. It's about finding those young island kids. Most of them, their parents would have been fishermen, and there's really not enough fish out there to support that as a livelihood for the next generation. So as tourism comes to Palawan, these fishing families have to kind of turn and change their skills from a life at sea for fishing to a life at sea with tourists and adventurers. And the entrance exam is basically to climb one coconut tree up, touch the coconuts, come back down and up and do another one and back down. And if they can do that with like not breaking a sweat, no problem, we're like, okay, you're in, we'll give you a trial. It proves that they're probably born in the islands, born and bred in the islands. And so therefore their papa's probably a fisherman and the mother is a housewife. And so therefore if you grew up like that, helping your mum out in the kitchen, it's not empty the dishwasher and a frozen pizza in the oven. It's draw water from the well, it's cook rice on open fire, going out fishing with your dad since probably the age of 5. So you know the boats, you know how they work, how they operate, how they balance, how wave patterns work, they can read clouds and weather systems. And with those basic skills, those endemic island skills. We see that it's pretty simple for us to train them. Within a year, they're ready to get out onto the boats.
First year in Tao, it's really hard because I'm not used to see a tourist. If I'm in the boat, you cannot see me in the front because I cannot speak English. I have to go hide in the kitchen. So it's like we always have more than 20 people in one room, so you cannot really hide.
Slowly, he starts by collecting coconuts, collecting firewood for Anne's kitchen.
If I grew up from the island, okay, you wanna work with me, and you don't be shy, you have to start to speak to the guests. You do it every day, and then more and more, and then everybody like sitting around there. You have to, anybody who wants beer, and then yes, up your hand, and then that's starting to develop yourself.
To do this, you need to get them out of their shells, to maybe give them a sense of pride that these people who's coming on our trip is, are people who wants to see their culture and their islands, and they have to be proud that they're from here.
Slowly but surely gained his confidence and got on the boat, worked a couple of seasons on the boat, and actually this season is his first season as expedition leader.
Welcome to the Taputan Island. It's one of the
First year, I just doing a kayakers and anchorman. And now, after 3 years, and I've started to handle a trip. I can really say that I'm developing a little bit, improving.
It's an offer there that's kind of, there's a job there for you, but you have to move. It's a combination of hard work and pushing these talented kids.
Salamat ko sa Tao dahil nakapasok ang dalawa kong anak. Sila hindi nakapag-aral dahil wala pa sila sa Tao. Yung dalawa niyang kapatid na nandito na sa Tao, nagtrabaho ang dalawang kuya, nakapag-aral na.
Pag nangangailangan kami ng pira, ibigyan kami ng pira. Sila ang suporta ng pangangailangan.
Mimi's very calm and he's focused, and he also wants to make sure that everybody is not just having fun, but they're also safe. He really brings a confidence to the expedition.
The boys don't know that they're also teaching the guests a lot of things. I've had this conversation with some of the crew and they're like, that's impossible. What can they learn from us? They don't know. And I explain to them and they're like, really? And it's unbelievable for them. It amazes them that they are teaching the guests something. When we were starting, the boys they're looking up to the guests that they have great jobs, that they have these things, that they're so beautiful, everything better. They would dream of going abroad to work and, these things. And now they know. They know the guests. After all the conversations that they've had with hundreds of guests, they realize that, the guests are working so hard, 11 months in a year, just to get here. And we are here all year, just enjoying it and living our lives. And we're happy. The most important thing is we're happy. The boys are happy.